All right, good evening, all you crazy bastards. I wasn't gonna get online. I've been sick, but I figured, you know what? I've been cooped up in the house all day, so I thought I would do a little bit of training. You missed the Hans live. Yeah, dude, I was sleeping, man. I was racked out. I've been having a rough go. How was it? What are you talking about? Those guys ducked me, man. But you know what? None of my subscribers know who any of those people are, anyways. Like I was talking to a lot of the new people that are following my channel, and they have no clue who we're talking about. Everybody dogpiled you there. What's going on, man? I don't understand. Like what's is it like my moderators? Are you guys still arguing? Ego, what's up, brother? Let's just say our mutual friend got really checked very hard and told me to come talk to him in person. Yeah, that's the go-to. You know, that's the Wes Watson, come find me at my gym. Like, what grown man is going to, like, first of all, like, just the idea that somebody with a life, with a family, with a job, a career is going to, like, have be such an infantile egomaniac that they're going to allow their anger to upset them to the point where they're going to take a road trip to Texas to meet up with somebody who gets like 50 views a video. To what? And then what? Like, even if you did whip his ass, like, what does that do? I don't know, but I do also understand like the lizard brain visceral, like you just want to put someone in their place, just like, you wish you could just reach through a screen and choke somebody. Oh, what's up? That body beat down. Mods should do trial by combat to settle problems, GOT style. I honestly think I would love. You know how they do like YouTube boxing? They should do like small content creator boxing, like like street beefs. Like we'll set up in a Walmart or something. Someone will live stream. We'll go to the footwear section. He's also gonna watch this live stream. Well, hey man, I hope he pops on and talks to me. I mean, I don't care. iPhone 30 force choke is a feature. Bring back bum fights. That's about what it would be, Miles. It really would. Because you mentioned like all of like, I'm a small content creator and I'm up to 6,000 subs, and I don't. I'm doing okay with the views. Last month I got like 400,000, but I was looking at the stats, and a lot of people, they'll join me for a minute or two and then they'll leave. So a lot of my traffic's really transitory. So I have no illusions that I'm like a big successful. That being said, the point is like for the longest time I was in this little corner of YouTube with like everybody's got right around 2,000 subs, and they all just hate on each other. It's just like this little group of YouTube lifters, and all they do is talk shit to each other. And because everybody talks back and forth, the algorithm just sticks them together. Like you can't separate yourself from them. So finally, what I decided to do is about a year ago is just completely ignore everybody and just lift, just do me. And what do you know? I actually started getting traction. Go figure. JT, what's up, brother? Then Yarrow moves on. Your nightmare didn't end. Well, it did in a way that, so I don't care anymore, if that makes sense. And I don't mean like, I don't care. I mean like, that's like whatever, It's like, it's a non-issue. If anything, it's mildly entertaining. Now I'm trying to have fun with it. And what's funny is I want the people that troll me or have a problem with me personally to also have fun with it. Like, stop taking yourself so seriously, you know? Our friend brought his subs and only 200 to 300 are real. Yeah. I was kind of wondering about that. How do you buy subs and what does that do for you? You look jacked. Thanks, Miles. Hans, what's up, brother? You know what? I didn't even think about doing a stream with anyone else. This was a last minute thing. I was just talking to my wife, and I was either going to go to bed or get online and train for a little bit because I've been in bed all day. I've just been sicker than a dog. And I thought, you know what? Let me try to get some exercise in. Joshua Walls, you got a question? What's up, brother? Hit me. What do you got? Gonna be doing some wild tempo pulls. Hell yeah. I'm telling you though, he didn't like some of the things we said to him. Man, I missed it. What did you guys say to him? Let him misinterpret a little community post. I'll check it out. Yeah, light little exercise is good for you. Yeah, I was gonna do some I was watching Dr. Mike Israetel and he was doing some one-legged kind of pistol squats type thing using the bench as assistance. And I thought it would be neat to try that out using a kettlebell. I sure thought a roast sesh could be fun. Nodak. What's your workout routine and diet? Yoquim? Um, Monday, so 3 days a week I train heavy powerlifting, and now that I'm training for competition on March 15th, I'm going to be doing exclusively powerlifting. On my days off, I do things like cardio. I do Muay Thai training with my kids at the gym. A lot of times we'll go to the gym, we'll practice, and then I'll come home and then I'll train on the heavy bag and try to work on what my coach showed me that day. So I'll stream, and those are my off days. I don't consider cardio days. I don't consider lightweight days. I don't consider accessory days to be training days because I don't do a lot of volume. It's just mostly me tinkering around. But three to 4 days of the week, I go really heavy and hard. And my diet is, I don't really have a diet per se. Like tonight, we smoked some baby back ribs, some pork ribs. I put them in the smoker around this morning and just let them cook at 180 degrees all day, and the meat's just falling off the bone. I do a lot of that. I do a lot of eggs, steak. I use the smoker for a lot of stuff, to be honest with you. So the diet's pretty clean, but really what I do is I watch my calories. Because I try to maintain a weight class. I try to stay under 220 pounds. Hattori Hanzo, my back feels much better after taking a nap. I copy pasted. Oh wait, comments are going quick. I copy pasted what the verses said about karma. Its rejection by Christianity. Karma and Christianity are not compatible. I do consider myself a Christian, but I think if I'm going to be more accurate, I study theology, and I've been leaning a lot more into Christianity just because I've found that for me, the Bible has a lot of evidence, especially in this day and age, and it's kind of hard to personally ignore. But I'm not the kind of guy that goes to church. I would never call myself religious, and I don't judge other people based on their beliefs. And what you're talking about, Prophet Fear, is the guy will come on and he'll use being a Christian as a cudgel to beat people over the head for supposedly not having the same subset of morals that he does, the core tenets of whatever. Meanwhile, he's the most vile human being on the planet. It's almost like, do you know what the word hypocrite means? Hypocrisy. Look it up. Yo, Queen. Thank you, brother. Let's see. I love talking about theology. I studied it, but that doesn't necessarily mean I believe everything I read. I find it fascinating. I consider a lot of religious texts to be on the same level as like mythology, like Greek and Roman. Norse, I'm big into Norse mythology. That being said, I do believe in God, and I would consider myself a Christian. I don't even know what caramel is. How is it made? Is it rejected by Christianity? You know, caramel's delicious, and I don't have no idea what it's made out of. I couldn't even tell you. What is nougat? Uh, Absent Jarl. I had mean knee pain in my left knee. It was really impacted in my bicep workout, and I missed the back workout. Luckily, tomorrow's a chest day, but I'm still so sore. I don't know if I can hit it. Bro, it sounds to me like you are in need of a deload. Like, just take a week off. And we're not the kind of guys that could do that, but if you, it might be time. It might be time to just let the body heal. Did you ice, elevate, or apply any type of heat to knee? So here's correct. Prophet, you're in the chat. Bobby, my science-based people. When my wife getting the surgery, we were talking to one of the physical therapists, and it made sense. They were saying ice is bad because it numbs the pain, but it promotes scar tissue and inflammation. And he was saying that if you can tolerate the pain, you shouldn't ice. Heat is your friend. Um, I was wondering what your thoughts were on that. Dylan, do you remember me? Of course, absolutely. I've done nothing but ignore it. Yeah, it's all fun and games till something flies apart on you. Can't ignore knee pain if you want to walk. Well, it's funny you should mention that because that's precisely why I have these patella straps. I didn't want to wear knee sleeves all the time, so I was trying. These just put a little bit of pressure right across the that big tendon, and it seems to alleviate a lot of the knee pain that I suffer just from the mileage that I have on my knees. Alcohol works better for pain than ice. It does. Temporarily. Temporarily. There's some downstream problems with alcohol. Like immediately it kills the pain. It's a great anesthetic. But once it starts wearing off, you're going to run into some problems. Kat, what's up? My sister's in the chat. Best go with a little ice and heat. I can't read that, but it says something in Russian, I'm thinking. I felt better for half an hour or so. What do you guys think of anti-inflammatories? I stopped taking Motrin after I found out that it actually hurts your gains, but I was wondering like how much does it really hurt? Like on the days you really, really need, like say you're swollen up and you've got some real like inflammation, like how bad is it to take Motrin every once in a while? They used to give that stuff out like candy when we were in the service, and nobody ever told us that it was bad for you, so we used to take it till our stomachs started bleeding. Not for recovery, and never have ice on you when you can potentially fall asleep. That sounds right. I can walk. I feel the swelling in the knee. However, could my creatine usage have any correlation? Well, creatine does, uh, for some people, it does cause water retention, but I wouldn't think so. You know, though, a good way you can tell is one thing you can do is you can kind of stand, and if you can apply pressure right where the joint is and squeeze in, push in while you bend your knee, if this relieves the pain, then you've got inflammation. If you feel pain and it shoots in your knee, then you have a problem with your meniscus, which is common for people that are athletic. If you need it, you need it. It can hurt hypertrophy. Hot baths alleviate the swelling for me. I do like hot baths. Anti-inflammatory like Tylenol. No, I was thinking more like not acetaminophen, Motrin, or what's the doctor prescribed one? Diflonec, which is it's like a stronger NSAID that you take once daily. Anti-inflammation allegedly interferes with gains because of delayed onset muscle soreness is all inflammation. That makes sense. Ooh, who's talking about Pancrase? I used to love Pancrase. Boss Rutan was like my favorite fighter. I got diarrhea from creatine, Val. Yeah, I've actually heard of that. Some people have stomach sensitivity to it. How much you taking a day, Val? How far up from competition are you, Dylan? March 15th. So I got a good solid 6 weeks of training I'm going to get in. And since I'm recovering from a head cold, I'm really just kind of farting around tonight. I wanted to try to get on for a little bit. I'm trying to whore subscribers because I'm above 6,000 and I seem to be doing well with these live streams. Uh, every time I take creatine, my eyes go in the back of my head. I don't feel anything when I take creatine. Nothing. 6 grams? I don't think, like, yeah, that's about right. I take, what, 5 grams normally? And when I do take it, the Ides of March. Average broke Joe, you're always streaming. Yeah, lately. I mean, what's your point though? Is it a problem? Like, do you like it? Do you want me to go away? Like, where are we going with this? Morning, boss. X Cabbage. What's up, brother? Pretty sure it's just inflammation, not genuine knee issues, although I take about 10 grams a day, so who knows. Well, like I said, if you put, you can mess around with your pressure points, and if you start feeling sharp pains through the middle of your knee, then you've got like some potential damage to your meniscus or at least some inflammation. Do you go to the sauna, Val? No, I do, but I haven't in a while. They have a sauna at the gym that I'm a member of, and I should start using it because that sauna is really good for you. Ken Shamrock, hell yeah. I always like Ken. I thought Ken was. Uh, what is it about Ken I didn't like? Boss Rutan was always a real down to earth guy, and he was real fun, easy going. Seems like a dude you could just hang out with. Ken always had that like kind of Wes Watson chip on his shoulder, like wanted to like solve all of his problems by fighting everybody. I guess if you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail, right? I'm just hanging around to hear if you accomplish your goals. Loving hearing people achieve. So far, I've done fairly well for myself, Dylan. I'm hoping with the trajectory that my training's going, this meet, if everything stays on track, I am going to have the highest total of my entire life. I'm killing it so far. Uh, Copervine says Canada will be not 51st state. Well, do you know Trudeau's stepping down? Do you have a plan to drop weight and then gain 80 pounds in 2 days for the powerlifting meet? No, so the last time I did a water cut where I came in heavy, I needed to weigh in at 220 and I came in at like 235. So we did a pretty heavy water cut, and when I weighed in the next day, I was 212 pounds. Now the secret to this water cut, you're gonna laugh. Bob, Millennial Power Sailor Strong, has in his condo, his flooring is heated on the floor. He's got like a hot water system that heats the flooring, or maybe it's gas, I don't know. So I laid on the floor. I didn't have a bed, and literally the floor cooked me all night. It was like being in a sauna. So when I woke up, I was like 10 pounds underweight. So and I wasn't feeling too good either. I actually think that competition, there was a combination of things why I didn't perform my best, but that was one of them. I think I cooked myself that evening. So then we went and weighed in, and then immediately after you weigh in, you got to like replace all that water. So you start eating things like you want to eat. This is the one time in your life where you can have all the garbage that you want to stay away from: donuts, cookies, simple sugars, like ice cream, all the stuff you're supposed to not eat. You want to eat that. You don't want to have like a good meal like pasta or whatever. A lot of people, when they refeed, they make the mistake of trying to eat good protein and carbs, and it's like, no, eat garbage, replenish all that glycogen, and then of course drink a ton of water. So theoretically, when I compete the next day, I'm at the same weight I was before I weighed in. So I think that that kind of depleted me a little bit. That was a little bit too hard of a water cut, and then there were some other circumstances where I didn't perform my best, but I was still able to get a silver medal at IPL World. So I mean, that ain't nothing, I guess. I didn't do my personal best though, and that to me is like, even when everybody's congratulating you, telling you how awesome a job you did, like, man, you really kicked ass. When you know you didn't do as good as you should have, it's hard to, like, I don't know. That sucked, but I'm gonna make it like this next meet. I think I'm gonna kill it, and I'm gonna come in at the weight I'm supposed to be at. If I have to do a cut, it's gonna be like 5 pounds. Let's see. I'm from Dylan. I'm from Sask, Canada. We are not going to be 51st state. Both Canada and the USA have bad news coming for the economy. I think it's a ploy, but I don't think I should get too in this stream. Well, Dylan, I'm actually really into geopolitics, so it's something we could talk about. But no, he's joking when he said that. Like, Canada is our biggest ally. The one thing I would like to see Canada is step up their defense spending. But it'll be interesting to see what happens when the new administration takes over. I think it's I don't know. I don't want to make any predictions. If I was Trump, the one thing I would have done is, how he said he was going to gut all the alphabet agencies like the Department of Education, the DEA, the ATF, the FBI, all of them across the board. He's gonna root out the corruption, and I would have not said that shit. You already got elected, my man. You could have just waited till you got into office before you started stirring the shit pot. But me personally, I would have just sat on that. Program like it's prison, only on the outside ruler. Hell yeah. What roids you recommend, Richard? Well, I guess that depends on what your goals are, Richard. Whatever you do, I recommend going through a doctor and getting your blood work done, for sure. I got the local weather report. There's a storm brewing in the pit gym in Arlington, Texas. Do you honestly think anybody's going to go out there and confront him? Or is he just going to make a bunch of videos like he always does? Are you a fan of globalization, that boy? No, not at all. Not at all. The United States is the last bastion of freedom, and we're not doing a very good job keeping up with our core tenets. And I'd like to see us get back to, what we're supposed to be. Now, I do believe, so, yes and no. Like, I believe in, global trade, the economy, everybody, doing commerce with each other. That's one thing, but what they're looking to try to establish is basically a one world government, and I'm absolutely against all that. I am vehemently, and that's a word I can't stress strongly enough, I am vehemently anti-collectivist. Would you mind giving a sneak? Some message got deleted. What do you think about the Earth becoming one country under the USA? I don't think that'll ever happen, but I mean, right now the reason why we have trade with China and the shipping lanes are open and we have commerce is because the United States Navy polices the shipping lanes. The fact everybody says that they don't want America to police the world, and I wish that our government was more transparent about why we do what we do. But the whole reason why you can get on Amazon and order some cheap Chinese garbage and have it show up at your house 2 weeks later is because of what the United States military does globally. And the second that we pull out of that, the second we become nationalistic and pull out of the world, all that just goes to shit. And that's one of the reasons why they're trying to sever, not sever trade with China, but not be so married to them. And they're propping up Mexico to be our biggest trade partner. That's going to take about 5 years, though. About 5 years to establish all of the supply chain, the facilities, the factories, the skilled labor. Silver Current, what do you listen to? I need some context. What does vehemently mean? It's like um, almost against angrily, like angrily against. Vehement is like an extreme expression. Vehemence is an extreme expression of disdain or anger. Strange, I thought I heard the United Healthcare COO was actually about to testify in court against Nancy Pelosi for insider training. How interesting would that be if that was true? What a twist. That would be some like M. Night Shyamalan shit right there. Earth needs to become one country, then take over space. We unfortunately it'll never happen. We're too the way we've evolved. We just don't have it in us to be one kumbaya species. There's too many ideologies. There's too many people that think that their way of life is the correct way of life, and there's too many people that are willing to use some sort of force, coercion, or violence to force their viewpoints on other people. So it's like until you can get rid of that, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to re-engineer humans like the communists thought we'd be able to. Uh, just no, let people be. If anything, I'm against government for the most part. I would be leaning closer to being an anarchist than I would be a government guy. Oh, as in music, I'm a big punk rock guy. I like metal. I like everything. I like classic rock. I like pop. I like R&B. I love a lot of the independent stuff that's out now, like the indie pop, Foster the People, kind of bands like that. But I listen to mostly like I would say like punk rock. Like you got Fugazi, you got good lord, now every band name I can ever think of just went poof. Like the Misfits, Black Flag, Suicidal Tendencies. You got who were we listening to the other day? You got L7, Pixies, Ramones, Dead Kennedys. Just along those lines. What is JT and Nodak on about? I'm actually getting worried about those two. Nah, leave them alone. Agreed, superiority complex and free will is a complication. Yeah, 100%. What music genre do you listen to? All types, but yeah, mostly I like punk rock and heavy metal. Like off the top of my head for lifting, I would say System of a Down or Tool. Baby, what's up? My wife's in the chat. Christina. Steve Berwick. All right, right on. Where is my mind? What was the one? What was there? This monkey goes to heaven. We were listening to Violent Femmes. I wouldn't call them punk. I'd call them punk adjacent. They're more like indie. Who would be like? What's a good one? We would. What was it? Deep Threat. You had Nail Bomb. That's more like death metal, but yeah, I got a weird variety of music. Said thumbs up for 10 joules. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Violent Femmes are awesome. The Pixies. Dancing. Oh man, they played him to death when I was in the Marine Corps. Mother, it's so edgy. Danzig was good, but he was another one of those guys that like, he was a short king. What is he, like 5'5" and built like a, he's a little too angry. Florence and the Machines, yeah, they kick ass. I would consider them indie rock cat. Florence, they're pretty good. Max say Christina in my chat and blew a fuse about his latest video. He really hates women. I believe that. But why do you think that he's afraid to confront me in live chat? You know, like he talks a lot of shit about me behind my back, but then I give him a forum to just like say whatever he wants, and he won't do it. Uh, I never asked what state you are in. Babbling Brook. I'm in Las Vegas. Well, Nevada. That reminds me that you got her response for flowers post Hans. Danzig is a dude that believes werewolves are real. uh, should I not go to your chat then, Hans? No, I don't think so, babe. You give it back just as good as anybody else does. What's he gonna say to you? Like honestly, like what can a guy? I don't like talking about people that aren't there to defend themselves. Like he should be present if we're gonna talk about him. But let's be real. He's an unfortunate looking fella. He's not put together very well. He's grossly obese. Um, I wonder what his physique looks like because he wears that same trash bag shirt that he's worn for the last 3 years. And like you could say, well, why are you hating on a guy? You shouldn't pick on someone's looks. And you're right. I would agree with you. But he's talked so much vile crap about everybody over the last 3 or 4 years that I can remember that the dude should be able to take a little of it back. You know what I'm saying? And he cannot, not even a little. The guy falls apart under hey, I'm way too quick-witted for him. And like what he doesn't understand is like I'm not bothered by him. I was at one point. There was a time when Max got under my skin, and now, if anything, I find him somewhere between amusing and pathetic. I don't want to start shit. But it's funny though, like he has no reason to be afraid of me. It's like if he would just lighten up, him and like what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna go to Texas. I know one guy that was gonna though. Yeah, picking on someone's looks is totally fine when they talk about other people's looks. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you're gonna give it, you got to be able to take it. Uh, and on the other end of the spectrum, I was begging people to roast me today. Yeah, and it's funny because when you open yourself up to it, up mockery like we do, for some reason it kind of like takes the thunder away from people. Like they just lose their when they know it doesn't bother you, they just kind of like it just yeah, it just steals the um, venom. I don't know. I don't even know how to put it into words. It's pathetic and it's so delightful to write out all his failures as a human being. What's his bench at, incidentally? Because he used to use that bench as a cudgel. Like if he could bench 5 more pounds than you, he would beat you over the head with it. And then I said to him, like, I think he was benching like 425 and I was benching maybe 410. And then I reminded him that not only am I probably older than you, but I also weigh 100 pounds less than you do. And then, you know, of course, it's all drugs then. But then one thing I just I couldn't convince him of, I'm not competing with you. Like, I remember he made that list of who could curl the most, and I was like placed 15th on the list. So he must have like went back and looked at my videos and saw a video where I was doing curls and then went with that number. And I was thinking like, why would you put me on a list when I don't perform that lift? Like I'm not competing with you. And if I was going to do curls, I wouldn't do back rows. Does that make sense? Like I think cheek curls are stupid. Well, I mean, that's like the dumbest lift you could possibly do. I see absolutely no value in cheek curls. They don't build your arms, and they don't prove any kind of arm strength. Bush Light, pure American alcohol. That's the good stuff right there. Sounds like when the girls made a Lost on South Park rating dudes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Max will make these lists, and then like he would put me on them and rank me at the bottom of them, and I'm like, I don't. Last time I checked, I don't even train that. All right, I suppose I should actually do some exercise. See how my lighting is today. What do you think? He told us he's making a new list. I've asked if there are more names on the list of views. I'm going to say this officially. So, because somebody told me, like they said, well, you can't overhead press your own body weight, 220. And I'm like, I think I can actually. But that aside, whether I can or can't, one thing I guarantee is if I actually trained that lift to compete, if I was going to compete with the overhead press, and I gave it the same attention as I did the bench, the deadlift, or the squat, I would bet every dollar I ever made that I would be doing way more than both of those guys within 6 months. I mean, I don't even train overhead press heavy, and I can do reps with 185. So, I don't know. Seems pretty strong for a lift I don't do regularly. I'm curious, Max Santa list. Yeah. What's his bench at anyways, just out of curiosity? I've never wanted to see him get hurt. I never wanted to see him fail. I actually kind of thought maybe he was just joking around the entire time and maybe we didn't get it. But you don't do the same thing for 3 years straight unless there's something really wrong with you. He's only posting a 355 bench right now? Really? Dylan, you gotta go into bed? Hell yeah, brother. I didn't do any exercise. I'm getting over a cold, so I'm trying to take it easy, but I wanted to get out here and do a little something. I was watching Dr. Mike Israel. And he was critiquing somebody doing step-ups. You know, they do the step-up where they step and then touch their toes. But what he was saying is you gotta go all the way down, touch your, oh, see, I don't even know if I can do that. I'd have to acquire the balance. So the guy was touching his knee to the ground. It was super impressive. And he was doing it with weights too. Maybe the weights help him balance? What's up, sweetheart?
You were supposed to come that when you started.
You want to hop in?
Yeah, sure.
Do some step-ups.
Want to order a pepperoni pizza?
Can I eat this or is it clay?
Yeah, yes, please.
Okay, so I'm going to eat it.
No, you don't want to eat it. You don't want to eat it, Dad.
I'm a Marine. This looks delicious.
Okay, then eat it. I'll be out here once I put this on.
I'll try it with a weight.
I'm going to start the camera real quick.
Raise your rear leg. Let's see, less your rear leg into your ass. Okay. Like a leg raise. So it'd be like a oh god. Let's try it without a weight first. So the leg back here, maybe, is that what you're talking about? Wow. right about here, I lose all my strength. I think I need to wait for a counterbalance. Is that what you're talking about? I think it was absurd for Arnold to compete with his implants. He had implants in calves and arms. Did he really? Marching band leg raise.
I got to 9:30.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
You just step up with one leg. Touch your toes to the ground and step up. Toes to the ground. Slow down. Kind of bend forward a little. Now push up. Now slow down. Now push up. Now slow down. What if I could do like a pistol squat? Hold on real quick, let me get here. Slow.
No.
I can just hang my leg off the side to cheat a little. Whoa.
How is hanging your leg off the side cheating?
Because you're supposed to have it up front. But since I can hang it down, it's a little easier. Ah!
Hold on, Boo.
Still can't breathe. Warrior training. No, I got a cold. I'm having problems breathing. I don't know how hard I should go. Aunt Shannon saying hi.
Hi, Aunt Shannon.
Camera's up there.
Hi, Aunt Shannon.
What is it, Zane? No, I'm not okay. I've been having real problems breathing the last couple of days. Huh. Yeah, I did a set of squats yesterday just to finish my workout. And normally, like, I'll do 315 for 20. 15, 20. I did like 225 for 5 on each side, and I thought I was going to pass out. I literally thought I was going to pass out. And I've been having, I've had to take breathing treatments. I think I might, like, maybe have a little bronchitis forming. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Hell yeah! Subscribe if you like listening to my annoying ass. Stick around. We train really intensely. We actually do like real lifting on this channel, but today's just one of those days where I'm just farting around a little. You had problems breathing. The loosely local drag of a channel is gonna make 15-minute video talking about how your drug use is sick while gasping to finish the sentence. Yeah, I know. Hey, they gotta be able to come up with something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could start blowing snot all over the place. I've been watching you for a while. Just subbed to enjoy your lives. Thanks, Zane. I appreciate it. He really should have kept his mouth shut and say my name far out of his mouth. Next time I want to get in on it. So, Prophet, you and I need to do a stream together. I've been picking up since November. Yeah, big time. She's having a seizure back here. Are you guys having issues from the Cal fires? Yes, the air quality is horrible, and that's kind of compounding the issue. JT will give Max a thorough ass whipping. Dude, okay, so I'm obviously like I have a cold. I can't breathe. I can't breathe through my nose at all. I can't imagine what would it, so say you actually did get in a fight with a guy like that. What would he do? After 30 seconds, he would gas out and he wouldn't be able to even do anything. Small YouTubers is a mean game. Yeah, it is. They're telling me I got to get you to bed, kiddo.
Mom said 9:30.
Did she? Okay. Mom is in the one of my moderators tonight.
She's always.
Oh, you guys didn't have to delete
moderators.
that message. I was gonna see if Christina was gonna say anything. Sorry. Mind your own business. There you go. She puts you straight. I wouldn't have deleted the comment, but you don't talk about Mama, and don't talk about her mothering.
Ooh.
Are you natural? No. I'm not on a lot of stuff either, though. 10-second timeout.
Owie, 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 owie.
So that's not a punching bag. You know that, right?
I know.
That's literally filled with nuts and bolts. You're gonna hurt your foot.
I already did. I'm just gonna keep doing it.
She's
I can survive this.
she's standing on the bench kicking the slip bag. Do me a favor. I want to use the bag.
Got hop down. You should try. It's actually kind of
Well, I can't control the negative. What if I hold the weight out? Oh yeah, that's better. Here we go.
He found his technique.
There we go. Now we're cooking with gas.
Oh. My turn. Bird. Bird.
Can you lift that?
What?
Watch your feet.
Go, go, go.
Don't hang on that, please.
I'm not. So now what are we gonna work out? Because I only got 30 minutes.
You like the bag?
I'm gonna work out this time.
Do some step-ups.
What?
Do some step-ups. get a 5. Get that 10-pound kettlebell right there.
What's that?
That purple kettlebell. Now get on the bench. Hold the weight out in front of you. No. Just hang it out, like, get your leg back. Hold the weight out. Now bend your knee. Go all the way down.
No.
It's kind of hard, huh?
Yeah.
Well, here, do it here, just your body. Just hold your arms up.
I believe I can fly.
Deeper.
Grr.
Deeper. Get your knee off the bench. Can you just do a regular squat? Okay. Do a regular squat with the kettlebell. Maybe get your feet a little closer together. Get your feet closer together. Oh, sorry about that.
Jeez, Dad.
So here, hold this. Okay, feet apart. No, a little bit closer together. Now, slow down. 1. Count to 3. Go all the way down. Hold the weight up higher. Okay. Now squat down slowly. 1, 2. That's more than 2. Up. Keep your feet flat. I want 3 seconds down. 1, 2, 3. Now up. Go. 1,
1, 2, 3.
2. All right.
What? I'm still good.
It's all good. You can just do whatever you want.
Oh, and his. Your feelings are now hurt so bad. Bro, you're lucky I'm even out here right now.
Oh, I'm lucky?
Yeah.
Father of the Year award, hardly. Hey, she's my road dog, though. You're my friend, right?
We're friends.
You don't listen to me. You don't do what I tell you to.
Just like he doesn't do that to me.
Yeah.
Unless I earn money, then I will totally do it.
Yeah, I would say I have pretty decent genetics. I mean, as a natural lifter, I got up to about a 1,500 pound total, which at the 220 weight class was, well, I had the national records in 2016, which were drug tested. So now what are you doing?
I don't know.
You're kind of in my way.
Am I?
Yeah.
Because I'm just using these to weirdly walk around. This is how you become an
I'm
enemy.
going to try something different.
Okay, well, I'll just be walking back and forth this way.
I wonder if you like use this thing. This would probably work pretty good. You want to give this a try?
Yeah! Because I'm right now checking out.
Put your feet in there. This might be too high for you.
Or was it too tall? I don't know.
I don't think it goes down any deeper. No, that's as far down as it goes.
So, ow.
Push your feet forward. Lean back against the chair. Now squat.
I'm scared.
Straighten your back up. Lean back a little more.
No, I don't like that.
You're not going to go anywhere. You're locked in.
Am I?
Yeah, so hold up. No, straight up. Good, pull yourself up. You got this. You can help.
I think my book quick
Here.
showed.
Now do you, well, give me like 5 or 6 of them. You can use me for assistance. Up. Keep the back straight. Keep the back straight. Up. Up. Yeah. One more. Yay! He's crazy, huh? It's too high. This is too high for you.
Too high.
Do you mind if I use the machine?
No. No, I don't. Flat battle.
Let me experiment with this thing here. Ooh. Oh shit! I lost my balance.
Hi, monkey. Dad, talk to your people.
You gotta do the other side.
Fine.
I'll have to tinker with it. Seems like a nice life. Thank you, Sleepy. I'm out of breath. I can't breathe.
Monkey, you shouldn't be out of breath.
That's because I got a cold.
You should just be started.
This does suck, though.
Yeah, I bet. Let me just sit on my chair.
You stretched before lifting, Bob? Did you run growth hormone? No, I've never used growth hormone. Ashtray.
Ninja.
I like the Jefferson curl and the handstand press. Yeah, I think those are 2 lifts that everybody should do, regardless of what their program is. Bob, why do you stretch before you lift?
Don't you?
No, I warm up, but I don't stretch. Am I training legs? Well, yeah, I guess, but not really. I'm just tinkering. I saw some stuff on the YouTubes.
The YouTube?
And I wanted to see if I could reproduce the lifts using the equipment I have.
These are a great channel.
I take straight leg over Jefferson curl. I agree with that. Prophet. When you doing bicep, I don't really isolate biceps. I do rows, deadlifts, pull-ups, things like that. That works the biceps. You don't need to do curls. Not saying they're bad if you like doing them, but you don't need to. Man, I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to even do tonight. I'm just having breathing issues. Helmi Hakela, hey, I can't pronounce that. He wants to fight. Point him towards Texas. Let's get him out there. Mobility, fascia releases, then lift, then stretch. I don't know. I think fascia release is a little bit of bro science, but I mean, we were discussing the fascia is not designed to stretch. It's literally Christina, we were talking about that. Because a lot of people say that you can stretch the fascia out and that'll make your muscles look bigger, and I'm like, I don't think it works that way. I got you, Helmy. Come down to Denver. Yeah, man. Anytime you want to come out to Vegas, the UFC's headquartered out here. You can just go to any gym you want to. Just walk in and they'll humor you, usually. It keeps the skin attached to the muscles, Christina. Yeah, but I mean, like, can you stretch it though? Can you actually make it bigger? On its own, it grows. Obviously, as you get bigger, so does your fascia. But I mean,
I'm a breathing strip.
I don't think this is gonna help. The problem's not in my nose; it's in my lungs.
I don't know.
I appreciate it
trying to
though.
help.
No, thank you. I think I might have a little bronchitis going.
Hey, stay away from me. I'm just kidding.
Love the Dragon Ball shirt. Thank you. Arman or
That's what it wants to be.
Makachev, what's your thoughts? I don't have any. Everyone's a mod in this chat. Well, everybody that is a mod is somebody that I've known for a long time.
Like my mom.
Islam's a good fighter. I like could be better. The backward shirt. No, I don't. I've been drug free, at least those kind of drugs, since 2013. We're talking about the this rolling papers, but it's still a cool shirt. I am the people's mod, and Nodak too, the fan favorites. It needs to be elastic and nature, able to stretch. See, that's kind of what the argument we were having is like, and I'm not even saying that I'm right or wrong. It was just my understanding. It's kind of like when you're putting pork ribs in the smoker, right? And you've got to peel that piece of skin off of the back that's like plastic. That's the fascia. And while I wouldn't say it doesn't have any elasticity to it, like, it is hard to move that thing. It's hard to stretch that. Bat Malek, what's up? Yeah, good. Currently you have good community. Thank you, Elijah. I appreciate that. You look sick a little bit. I am, man. I'm hurting.
He's sick.
I'm definitely under the weather, boys. JT, what about me? She's my queen. You're the queen. You're my managing operator, my CEO. Tanzrukin is Armenian like me, but I'd say Makhachev. How do you pronounce that? How do you say that name? Makhachev. I just don't know enough about them to say one or the other. JT says Makhachev takes the win. How do you feel about calisthenics? I hate doing them, but they're good for you. I don't enjoy calisthenics at all, not even a little. But we still do them. What cycle am I running? Right now I'm cruising. I'm on 200 milligrams of test and 100 milligrams of DHB. Bo Nickel. And I hope you feel good fast. Sorry for my English. No, I appreciate that. I wasn't even gonna stream tonight, but then I'm like, well, I didn't go to the gym. I slept all day. I'm actually convinced Nodak hurts, so Hunt's bow down. Push-ups are cool. I mean, I don't. There's nothing I have an issue with. I just like, oh, once your bench press is over a certain amount of weight, like, I just don't see the. Okay, so I'm trying to put a coherent thought together. I didn't do push-ups for like a year, like not one single one. All I did was bench heavy, and I got up to like over 400 pounds, 410, 415, somewhere around there. And then on a bet, somebody bet me I couldn't do 100 push-ups, and I was able to crank them out just like that, no problems whatsoever. I don't think I could do 100 now, but I could at the time. I was killing it. And I got to thinking, I'm like, well, what do push-ups really do for you when you're pushing that much weight? How many push-ups would you need to do to equate to the amount of work that just putting some weight on a bar and pressing it will, you know what I mean? Like it's an efficiency thing, if that makes sense. Like weighted dips or weighted pull-ups versus body weight. Finally, someone who's humble and a normal dude. Wow, I wouldn't go that far, Cody. You must be watching some Wes Watson or Strength Cartel or something. Jack Matt tries 6-count bodybuilders. Oh, yeah. We used to do that. Oh, man. Oh, I hate those. That and mountain climbers. I will demonstrate, you will follow. And 1, 2, 3, 1. And as soon as Sergeant Massey turns around, we're all just standing there counting, and then he turns around, we do some more mountain climbers, and we turns around, we stop again, and we turns around, we keep going. Thoughts regarding Trump, Canada, Greenland bizarre statement? No, I honestly think that I don't think anything's going to come of that, and I think I would have to hit. I would want to. I think I don't trust anything I read in the news or watch on legacy media. I just assume everything's taken out of context. So I would want to see the long form conversation before I had any opinion on anything that was said. Lifting time under tension. Yeah. I mean, yeah, basically lifting is time under tension if you think about it. Have you ever gotten a hernia from heavy lifting? No, but I do have what's called diastasis recti, which is a split in my abdominal wall. Now, what distinguishes that from a hernia is that there's no actual split. It's just stretched out. And it will have to be surgically repaired. It kind of makes my gut stick out a little bit. But there's no point in doing that because it's just cosmetic until I'm done competing. I'm supposed to see a doctor on the 13th about it. You've seen Starship Troopers. It's a blueprint for being an alpha male. I actually have the book, and I love Starship Troopers. It's a great movie, but a lot of people missed that it's actually a satire. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people that watched Starship Troopers and thought it was just a really shitty B movie, and they didn't catch the whole they were making a satirical commentary on like a fascist state, if you will, I mean, it's not the same as fascism. What do they call it? What's the name of the type of government when it's run by? The only path to citizenry is through some sort of service to your country. What got deleted? I wrote, why did you delete that Jarl? I did not see the deleted comment. Realize what the slur name is. I'm just going to take your guys' word for it. I didn't see the comment, so I don't know. Communism. I am I'm very much against any form of collectivism. That includes socialism, communism, fascism. You know, it's funny, they called fascism a right wing uh, form of government, but they're like, not one of those people ever read like the Italiana, or was it the Encyclopedia Italiana written by Mussolini, where he like describes what fascism actually is, and it's actually based on the it's German socialism. It's like it's in the title, National Socialists. Like how the fuck they got right wing ideology out of that? I have no idea. Uh, for a while there, they were just calling anybody they disagreed with fascists. Uh, Anti-fascists. They're like, well, you're not anti-fascist. No, everybody's anti-fascist. That's your default setting, dumbass. It's like I shouldn't have to claim I'm anti-fascist. But it's funny because the one group in this country that was the closest to fascism in both dress and demeanor was Antifa. Communists are just idiots. Like anybody that can't crack a history book that goes back. There's people that literally have lived through that are still alive on this planet that you can talk to, and somehow we think that that's a good idea to try again. Don't get me started on communism. Tankies, I can't stand them. I hate socialism, any form of collectivism. Uh, I'm I'm at McDonald's and black people are fighting in front of me. That seems oddly specific. I'm not against capitalism as long as it doesn't bite. The problem in Drav is like people are against the American system, and we're more socialist than a lot of socialist countries. And we do not have free market capitalism in America. It's like people are against capitalism. They don't even know what capitalism is. Um, the government very much dictates who we do business with, who we buy and sell from. It's highly regulated. And we have a system of government that serves itself over the people, unfortunately. Now, how far back would we have to go to actually experience some form of free market capitalism? Probably what, World War II, maybe? Ugh. The usual suspects. I stated last week, I don't know, everyone is, I'll take the test. Like Blaha, if I quit alcohol completely. What are we talking about? Free enterprise. We talking about BPC 157? Yes, that's for my wife. She just had surgery. What about Jason Blaha? Testosterona. Derek Favara. Yo, what's up? How much do steroids help your lifting? Do you feel the difference of it? Absolutely. 100%. We did kind of an experiment. I don't really want to say an experiment, but if you go on to Powerlifting Watch, it's got the powerlifting records going back to the 70s, and you can aggregate tested division, untested division. We took 100 lifters in 4 different weight classes in both the tested and untested, and we ran a bell curve. We threw away the outliers, and what we came up with was roughly 10 to 13% difference in strength, which kind of tracks. And people are like, no, it helps way more than that. Drugs can make 50% of your strength. Well, if drugs are 50% of your strength, then you never had any strength to begin with. But it kind of tracks because if you look at my numbers, if you go to my records, if you go to the same place, Open Powerlifting, and you look at where I went on PEDs at the age of 46, my numbers have gone up about 10 to 15% since then. Now, that doesn't account for any kind of training methodology or diet or lifestyle change or any of that. It's just strictly assuming that with or without. And then who's to say, is that the most accurate information that you can get? Well, it's the only information I can find where they actually have statistics where you can compare tested lifters against untested. So whether that's good information or not, it's the only information I can find available. But that correlates right. I'd say 10% is a lot. Like if you're an elite level lifter and you're 220 and you're deadlifting 670 pounds, and you add 10% to that, that puts you well over 700. No, I don't think it's more than 15. I would say that if you get more than 15%, you're kind of, I would consider you an outlier, and I would look at like, because the bell curve, like it's like, I don't know, even the 13% ones were kind of, but it's really hard to use that data because there's a lot of people that were tested that competed in the untested division, and there was a lot of people that cheat. But powerlifting, I would say powerlifting of all the weightlifting sports is pretty clean when it comes to. It's not like a Olympic weightlifting where every single person's on PEDs. They're pretty good with powerlifting. It definitely helps recovery a ton. Absolutely, it'll allow you to make some really really bad decisions with your diet and sleep habits to a point. Everything's fine until it isn't. Yeah, imagine if I had a more sound routine in those years. Profit fear, yes, yeah. Uh, but you know what? Hey, we did what we did, and we are where we're at. From here though, moving forward. Where's your son? He's at Mama's house. Derek, he has no son. Oh, okay. No reproduction. God, I hope not. Can you imagine me pumping kids out at 50 years old? No, sir. He has 2 kids. I'm not going to argue that point. It's pretty obvious I have 2 kids. I don't believe in alpha. I think that that's been disproven scientifically, like the whole alpha beta male thing. Like even in wolf packs, where they originally coined the phrase, that study has been big time disproven. There's no such thing as an alpha male. There's all men are on a spectrum, and a lot of it depends on environmental, like what you're being subjected to, what kind of hardships you're going through, where you are at in life. Like a lot of people, they say like Sigma males. Oh, he's a Sigma male. He likes to stay to himself, and it's like, no, that guy's got social anxiety. He doesn't know how to talk to anybody. Like I don't know. The whole alpha thing. It's so Wes Watson. I'm an alpha, bro. You gonna wear some thick chains. You can put sunglasses on and then inside. Let's see what he got deleted. Yeah, it sounds like what a beta would say, yo. It's okay. Uh, you don't have to delete that. This guy's a clown. Just let him talk. Are you a spectrum kind of guy? Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I would never ever try to espouse being an alpha. Like, first of all, that's retarded, and second of all, it's like, who would want to be that guy? Like, would you really want to be some like loudmouth weirdo that's materialistic and just brags about like the watch he wears and like it's just so stupid. Like the whole manosphere lifestyle is just retarded, and none of those men have good family lives. They're not married with kids. They have no long-term relationships. Everything they have is fake. It's materialistic. They don't own the vehicles they drive. They don't own the houses they live in. It's like it's a lie selling a lie to idiots that have low self-esteem. I'm just a family man. I barely take care of myself. I got my wife. She's moderating my chat. I got my kids inside, and I'll get up in the morning and go to work, and she's gonna go to school. It's like alpha, beta. Like, I don't know. I got a job, dude. Get a life. No one got time for that nonsense. Alphas run the world and make YouTube videos. Well, one, where's your YouTube videos? And two, I'm in construction. We literally build the world. Is your leg prosthetic? Yep, it's completely fake. Oh, there's alpha, beta, and ligma. Ligma balls. Dad joke. Fake muscles, yeah. Down rubbery bouncy. What on the train we got going on here? God dang it. I'm a clever individual. You tell me there, ragu. Let's see here. Let's see what you look like. Or you're just a circle with a D in it. You don't look like anything. Alpha. That's so. What are you, 12? Get to the chopper. uh, Eggs are so expensive. Yes, they are, man. Big time. Hell yeah. Oh, you're 13. Okay, well, that makes sense. So you probably do believe in alpha. I would say maybe like in high school, you got like the popular kids, and then I don't know. That's a whole thing. Like when you're going through puberty, boys act more like chimpanzees than they do real people. Trim the beard and get a mustache. I don't believe I will. Uh, Eggs are expensive. Make more money, you poor person. I don't need to buy eggs. I own the chickens. We have 20 chickens. We produce our own eggs. I got more eggs than I know what to do with. As a matter of fact, we were considering starting to sell them. Were you a Marine? I am a Marine. There's no were you anything. Look into my eye. Let's see. Glad we have chickens. Yeah. No, it's great. We have farm fresh. Would you say ours are? What's the term they use at the store? Organic, cage free. Cage free means they shit all over your porch furniture. Ballamaster Flex. Let's see who deleted. My ex-wife took the house and kids. I'm gay now. You guys didn't have to delete that comment. That's actually kind of funny. You poor guy, you. Still a Marine. Always a Marine. God damn it. You don't just stop being a Marine. Bigotin. Check out my channel, Derek. You can't swim with us. Oh, you know what? I need to go to your channel. I haven't popped in there in a minute, Nodak. Have you posted? Oh, yeah, that's right. You had the swimming videos. You're an aquatic animal. I forgot. I can't swim like you can, but I was an artillery Marine. They're not going to push an 18,000-pound howitzer out of the back of an airplane, and if it goes in the drink, it's gone, baby. We did a lot of fast roping, though. That shit was pretty cool. My MOS is 0844, Field Artillery Fire Direction Control Man. Did you serve during wartime? Yes. Would it matter if I didn't? Yeah. Those people like you. Oh, you didn't serve during wartime. You don't count, motherfucker. You go to boot camp. But yes, no, we did serve during wartime. Yes. 11 Bravo for the Army. Nice. Light infantry. I like to call myself infantry technical support. You would call us up if you required assistance. Press 1 for high explosive. Press 2 for time delay. Press 3 for illumination. Please enter your coordinates, followed by the pound sign. I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Please re-enter your coordinates, followed by the pound sign. Motherfucker, we're taking... I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Please hold for the next available operator. Boom, 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 boom. Ah! I want to be a 50-year-old. Why? I'm glad I made it. I don't feel like I got cheated out of anything. It's like I made it to be 50, but I can't say there's an upside to it. Review coming in hot. Danger close, right? I wish I could be a mod. Unfortunately, my PP is too big. I people ask me, can I be a moderator? And I'm like, well, why? What do you want to be? Like, what does that do for you? I'm trying to reel these boys in. Jesus Christ. You probably should have worked the kitchen when you served. I did work the kitchen, Derek. Hell yeah. So, when you're active duty, everybody they kind of go through the roster up until a certain rank. Once you pick up NCO, you don't really have to deal with that shit. But you get sent either to react team, which is like the area guard, armory guard, or you get sent to the chow hall, and it's usually for a couple weeks at a time. And then everybody takes turns, and yeah, I had my turn in the chow hall, and I fucking loved it. I loved cooking with Gunny. Gunny was a badass. Gunny would slap the teeth out of your mouth, and then say, "Bitch, what'd you call me?" I dare you to just say he's just a cook. That motherfucker would batter you unrecognizable. Derek. Yeah. No, don't delete Derek's. God, you guys keep deleting this moron's comments. Like, he thinks he's insulting me. Like, who's ashamed of being a cook in the Marines? I know cooks are proud of their fucking chow halls. I tell you what, Camp Commando got shelled, and it was the goddamn cooks that went out and got the fucking mortarmen. Every Marine's a rifleman, bitch. Who's a cook? Uh, Steve and Angela. Steve was a cook, and he got attached to an Army engineering battalion. And you know what his job was? He was a fucking turret gunner for the M250 cal, and they went on supply runs, and he got into a bunch of firefights as a cook. So I'd love to see you, Derek, go tell Steve he's a meat-eating animal. He would literally gnaw your neck to pieces and then shit down your neck and tell him I'm just a cook. You couldn't even qualify to be a cook, let alone make fun of a Marine for being one. Yeah, I love cooking. Hell yeah. Who doesn't? Every man should know how to cook. How do you feed yourself, dumbass? My dad was a poster of Buffy the Vampire Slayer in my room. Oh, Buffy was the shit, dude. I have the whole collection. Oh no, I don't. I lost that. But I had the entire Buffy the Vampire Slayer collection on DVD, and that was one of my favorite TV series of all time. I used to love watching that show. Uh, for sure, feed the masses. What harder job to have? Yeah, no, every man should cook. All the great. Okay, how many Michelin chefs in the world are women? Like you sound stupid, my friend. Like you're gonna what disparage a man for being able to care for himself and feed his family? Now, don't get me wrong. My wife cooks a better steak than I do, admittedly. But every man should know how to operate a kitchen. Yo, the army chef, Juan, hell yeah. Uh, JT, you're gonna do powerlifting meet? Hell yeah, man. Sarah Michelle Gellar. Yeah, man, I had a thing for her back in the day. What can I tell you? Buffy was the shit. You know, I would be a liar if I didn't admit I thought the story was pretty cool too. I had the video game on the original Xbox. Cooking is not easy. You know, cooking's like science. Like cooking is like just up there with like chemistry. Uh, Beast Ballmaster. I'm not sure if JT cooks, but I know damn well he eats. 600 pole, 242 class. Nice. 18 years old. Yeah, that should be good for some records. I bet you that's a state record. What federation are you looking at? Story was fire. Spike was the shit. Yeah. I wonder what happened to him. I haven't seen him in anything else. Uh, Buffy's story was for nerds. I wanted to smash. Well, yeah, we are nerds. I mean, I paint Warhammer figurines. I used to be a comic book illustrator. I collect comic books. We watch anime. We go to comic book conventions. Um, but here's what the cool thing. I also do combat sports, and I can out lift just about anybody that talks to me. So what are you gonna say about me? Like, pussy. Well, you can't lift as much as me, and you can't fight me. So I'm gonna keep painting my nerd shit. We're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm gonna be watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, laughing at your dumb ass the entire time. We're over here having fun, brother. Quit being so goddamn serious and hop on board. Grab some dice, put on a fucking hat, and get a wizard's wand, and get the stick out of your ass. Semper Fi, fellow Gran Eater. Spike was an alpha. He didn't even want the pussy. Yeah. Yeah. I lived to search in the cast iron. Never heard of reverse sear. What's reverse sear? I've never heard of that either. I played soccer and did about 2 years of boxing. Nice. I just got done training. Me and my kids were training boxing at Artist Boxing Gym with trainer Paul Mayorkeen, but we just started training Muay Thai. As a matter of fact, at this gym shorts I'm wearing, it's the USMTA headquarters in Vegas. I've only been doing that for a couple weeks, so I don't have that great of an aptitude for it yet. And we're gonna be training in Muay Thai for the foreseeable future. I used to do kickboxing, and my kids much more enjoy that than they do traditional boxing. So we took a vote. Bobby spent some time in the hyperbolic time chamber. Wouldn't let me do $5. Oh, Ronan, you don't have to give me anything. I appreciate it, but bro, we're good, man. I can beat you, Derek. I never assume I could beat anybody. You just never know. But here's what I can tell you. We're armed. Like, so, I got a 45 in my truck. You know what I mean? What good Marine is going to get in a fist fight in public with somebody he's never met before? Guy could be unhinged. He could have, like, needles in his pockets, or he might be on crack, or he might have a knife, or who knows what. I got a 45. We're going to keep about, I don't know, 6 feet of distance, and if I need to turn him into a sprinkler, I'm going to do it. Jeff Nibbert is a nerd, and people consider the gym as one of the most masculine things ever. This has been my experience. You go to any powerlifting gym, Las Vegas is a mecca for powerlifting. We have some of the biggest powerlifting communities. We got Brandon Allen's gym. You had the 5%ers out here, you had Iron Addicts, you had the Dragon's Lair. There's just a ton of powerlifting gyms. You got Jay Cutler's gym out here. That's more bodybuilding, but there's some powerlifters that go there. But there's serious lifters in Vegas. You walk in and you see these guys are all tatted up, and they're mean mugging you, and they're just acting like nah. But the second you say hi to any of them, what's up, brother? They immediately lighten up, and they're like, hey, how you doing? Next thing you know, you're best friends, and you're all singing fucking Kumbaya. They're the nicest people. Everybody's got social anxiety. We're not very well put together mentally. We were either picked on as kids, or we were the nerds, or whatever. Whatever problems we had as we were younger, the iron solved that. So we like to carry ourselves as these puffer fish that, don't pick on me, I'm a badass. But as soon as you talk to anyone, you get through that tiny, thin little bit of guard that anybody can see through. They're the nicest people in the world, and I love them. I love hanging out with them. They don't care about how much you can bench or what your numbers are or how long you've been training. All they give a shit is that you're a like-minded individual and you want to participate in the same sport they are. That's all that's required. Welcome to the family. There's none of this alpha, sigma, ligma, whatever. And honestly, if you came in the gym trying to act like that, you'd get laughed out of the place. People like Wes Watson don't last very long out here. How long did I do kickboxing? On and off for a good 10 years. I did taekwondo, kickboxing. And then I took about 20 years off completely from all combat sports. And then recently, the last year, I started training again. And now I'm getting real serious. So I'm trying to see if I can get my legs back. I want to see how good I can get at the age of 50. Put the steak in the oven, low temp, 215, 225, depending on thickness. Each side about 15, 20 minutes. Then out to hot cast iron or grill to finish. Oh, shit. So you do the exact opposite of what we do, Nodak. We sear the steak first and then put it in the oven at 225 and let it finish cooking. That's interesting. JT was never picked up as a kid. His parents weren't strong enough. That's great. Mike Wood, what's up, brother? I am an Omega Mal. See, that's what I'm talking about. You're one of the new gods from DC universe. That's not Ryan Gosling. That's just Ken. Uh, we're all clowns here. The Dragon's Ball top, though, goated biceps looks great. People's like, what do you do for arms? And I'm like, nothing. I do rowing. Yeah, Druv's a fan of the channel, brother. EKM, you guys are good, right? You're a Delta. Damn. We used to tell people in Iraq, no better friend, no worse enemy than the United States Marine. Yeah, people are like, I've had this people say like, well, I used to beat Marines' asses in Oceanside. You guys can't fight for shit. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. One on one, a single Marine's no better or worse at fighting than any other man on the planet. But the problem is, if you fight one of us, you got to fight all of us, and that's usually where it turns into a pickle. You know what? This is just a slight observation. EKM. Do you, when guys are kidding around, do you take it personal? Does it like bother you? Do you get angry? Like everybody's joking and laughing, and we're all making fun of each other. Does it upset you? Like, because I feel like it does, and it shouldn't. I think you all need to lighten up a little bit. Because this keeps happening, and I've thought about taking moderator rights away because I'm getting a little sick of it. It's like, come on, dude. You're about to join the Navy. Man the fuck up. But everybody, just relax. Okay, M8. How would you recommend I reach 150 squat kilograms? I squat 3 times a week, sleep and eat. There's such a loaded question. It's like I would start with a program like the starting strength 5x5 or when they're 5-3-1 or some really simple squat template off of what's that guy's name? You can download his app for free too. Bromley. Bromley's got that app that he endorses. There's tons of programs, but basically you're going to be looking for a squat heavy program. You really only need to squat once a week, but it's all about the progression. It's progressive overload. See, I don't know how long you've been training. I don't know what the rep ranges are. I don't know if you're hitting plateaus and you just are stuck at a weight. You need to break through them. Like you know what I mean? There's so many details I would need to know before I can make a recommendation as to how to tackle that problem. But generally speaking, for short periods of time, if people are trying to do more at a certain lift, I would say increase the frequency of that lift. Squat 3 times a week for 4 weeks. You know what I mean? That's really simplistic, though. Billy Bean Jr., support from Lincoln, Illinois. What's up, Justin? How is training? I didn't do shit. I've been talking this entire time. I can't breathe. I've got a cold. It's 10 o'clock, so I'm about to get off. I told my wife I'd get off at 10. I'm just going to try to sleep tomorrow, and I'll probably take a day off from streaming. I just got to get over this crud. I literally can't breathe. I did a couple sets of split squats with 70 pounds, and I felt like I was going to pass out. I got the crud, man. I just got to recover. Tips for good digestion. Yeah, add L-glutamine to your diet, about 5 grams a day. And I'm being serious about that. Is there a good longevity program? Bobby, stick around, subscribe to my channel, and I'm all about longevity. So if you follow me, you start like looking at some of my playlists, my training videos. I got one for physical therapy. I got one for powerlifting. Um, we do a fairly comprehensive training program, but it's really hard to get into the weeds in like, on a live stream, especially when I'm about to get off. But it's like everything we do, I would say I follow the 80-20 rule, generally speaking. Like I do 80% physical therapy lifting and 20% heavy ego lifting. But everything I do is designed to bulletproof, increase range of motion, and heal injury. And then, of course, we're also powerlifters. So it's funny because it's like you do all that work. It's like a Jenga tower. You do all that work to set it up, and then you do powerlifting where you're pulling up pieces. It's like... Kombucha. I friggin' hate kombucha, but it works really good, actually. Anything fermented, kimchi, kombucha, pickled herring, ugh, sauerkraut. Thanks, Bobby. Appreciate that. What steroid should I start if I'm a beginner? Whoa, time out. I do not advocate for the use of steroids. Yes, I do use them. No, don't suggest anybody just arbitrarily start using steroids. I tell you what, though, I wish I had time to talk to you, T. You can hit me up on Instagram, or I'll be on in 2 days, and we can discuss that. I have videos about my usage and my thoughts about other people's usage. But I want to make it clear, I do not advocate for the arbitrary use of steroids. What is DIM, like creatine? No, DIM is it's not anti-estrogenic. It's an aromatase inhibitor for estrogen. I just saw the comment, what is DIM? So I don't know who's asking that question. What's the point of big buffer plate people use? I see it all the time, but I don't get it. You're talking about the my rubber ones? That's because if you do lifting overhead, you drop the weight. It bounces. It doesn't smash your fucking garage floor to pieces. Which is specifically why I bought them. So that way, if I'm pressing overhead, it's not likely I'm going much heavier than 135 to maybe 225 at the max. And I really want another set of bumper plates so that if I do go that heavy, I can drop the weight and it won't fuck my garage floor up. Yeah, that is 100% the reason why I got those plates. So when I drop them, like when I'm doing snatches and stuff, I don't fuck my floor up. But I mean, that's it. It's good. You know what I never understood? You watch these guys, the Olympic lifters, the squatters, and they squat heavy out of the rack. They'll pick it up, step back, do their awesome, beautiful Olympic style squats, ass to grass, stand up, dump the weight backwards. But why wouldn't you just re-rack it? Now someone has to pick that up, put it back in the rack, you asshole, and then pull the plates off of it. Like, why wouldn't you just walk it back into the rack? Why do they do that? And you want check out Lasha, watch his videos, check out some of the, what was it, Lou, that Lou guy from Chinese team. Like, watch any of those guys do squats. They do their set of squats, they drop the weights, it bounces off the floor. But then someone's got to pick it up and re-rack it. Like, that's a dick move. Like, why you just walk it back into the rack like a normal person? Ryan Gosling, have a good night. Hell yeah, brother. Only protein shakes. I'm about to start creatine. Want to see? Creatine's great. It's so studied. It's like the most studied supplement that on planet Earth. And Christina can explain it better than I can, but it affects the ATP. How do I say this? The way the cells produce energy, it directly affects that. And what it'll do is it's not anabolic. Creatine is not anabolic, and somebody argued with me when I told them that. Taking creatine will not grow muscle cells by itself. It is not, there's nothing anabolic about creatine. What it will allow you to do is it allows you to push that extra 5 or 10%, which translates into more hypertrophy and more gains. And for a lot of people, it has water retention, so it makes them look bigger. So it gives you that, fills you out. Believe me, if it's anabolic, it's illegal. There's nothing that you can buy at GNC that is gonna do what steroids do. Good night, brother. Creatine monohydrate. That's what I would stick with. I mean, they do have other uh, versions of it, but it's all the same stuff. What the hell am I taking it for? Sleepy use. Oh no, I mean think about it. So you're taking something that's scientifically proven to give you more energy and more push. Like it's good. It's good. It's a good drug, and it fills a lot of people out. It gives them a little water weight, so it makes them look bigger. But those extra reps you're getting in that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise, translates directly into muscular gains. So if you look at it like that, creatine's awesome. I mean, the simple fact that it definitely is scientifically proven to give you more energy and more ability to push weight, meaning your 1 rep max for lifts will be slightly higher with creatine than they would be without it. So from that standpoint, it's like it's a power lifter's no brainer. Why wouldn't you take it? That's an ability to lift more weight, guaranteed, pretty much. But it's not anabolic. It's not going to do anything like what It's not going to unfortunately. Final question. I fix garbage trucks for a living. Should a tradesman work out differently, focus on flexibility more? 100%. So guys like you and me, commercial construction, heavy industry, we suffer from what's called repetitive motion stress. And it does, you could be an office worker. Carpal tunnel is repetitive motion stress. Sitting in a chair causes grade 1 strains in your L5 lumbar for 40% of men over the age of 40. Think about that. That's crazy. So you don't necessarily have to work heavy industry to have issues. But guys like us working in the field all day, lifting heavy shit, you're subjecting yourself to a lot more strain than you would if you were in an office or whatever, driving around like me, because I'm a safety manager now, so I don't do shit. But I did my time, so I don't want to hear it. You got to really kind of combat that. So it's like, what are we doing? Like a lot of the exercises that I do for powerlifting is combating the direct stress of like doing repetitive motion, the squats, deadlift, bench press. If I was a bodybuilder, I would not focus on doing just barbell squats all the time. I'd be focused on doing a variety of leg exercises. But since I'm a power lifter, I've made the squat like the center of my program, which means I'm going to wind up doing too much volume for that one lift. And a lot of what I do for physical therapy is counteracting that lift, and that means doing like busting the inversion table out and doing reverse squats or doing Jefferson curls or doing stiff leg deficit pulls. I would really diagnose your the way you work, like where your strains at, where you're feeling pain on a daily basis, and then we'd want to develop some sort of a physical therapy program that helps to bulletproof that motor chain, if that makes sense. It could take a little time, but again, I'm always available on Instagram to answer questions more directly so we can get comprehensive. Hey, Ronan, what's up? What are the benefits of DIM? So, DIM would, if you, for women or men, okay, so you ever seen men go gynecomastia from too much steroid use? That's usually an imbalance between estrogen and testosterone. And if guys aren't getting their blood work done and they've turned themselves into a science project, they're going to start having things like acne and gyno. For women, you guys have perimenopause and menopause, and obviously my wife could tell you more about it than I could. But you have this hormone imbalance, and sometimes it's an issue where you have too much estrogen. So an aromatase inhibitor like DIM, which is an all-natural one that you can buy over the counter as opposed to one prescribed by a doctor, which would be really close to like a post-cycle therapy drug. All it does is it blocks the body's receptors for estradiol, and is it estradiol or estrogen? Whatever estrogen aromatase. It prevents. Let's see if I want to make sure I'm getting the science right here. Does it prevent the aromatization of testosterone into estrogen, or does it block the estrogen receptors? One of those two. But basically, DIM is an over-the-counter. You could buy it at Walgreens. Aromatase inhibitor. Yeah, I think what it does is it prevents testosterone from aromatizing into estradiol, which still causes the same problem. You're going to have an estrogen imbalance. My wife's the biologist, so she can answer these questions better than me. I'm just a dumbass working in my garage. I understand the principles of it. But DIM works. I used it once just to try it out, and it works great. Some of the side effects men might suffer when they use too much is they'll start getting sensitive nipples, or they'll break out with acne, or they'll start having emotional issues. You heard right rage? Uh, things of that nature. And you put a little bit of cream on and rub it in, and everything goes away. It's like, oh. But what that tells me is I need to go get my blood work done because I work through a doctor. I don't need to like turn myself into a science project and guess what my estrogen levels are. I could go to the doctor and order blood work and have him directly prescribe what I need to get dialed in. And that's what I advocate for. That's what I want you guys to do. I used a little, yes, it worked great for me. Christina, if you recall, I was starting to break out. I was having a little bit of acne, and I used a little bit of your DIM, and it went right away. Alan Fishy, I see, appreciate you explaining it very well. I'm doing my best. Like I said, Christina's more knowledgeable than I am, so she's more technical. Would you take Ozempic? No, absolutely not. I don't. I think Ozempic is like. I think it's satanic. I'll be honest with you. Right now, they are the number one most profitable drug company in the world, and they won't sell that product to their own countrymen for what they're letting Americans use it for. What does that tell you? What does Ozempic do? Ozempic basically kills the nerves in your stomach so that you're not hungry. You're basically retarding your digestive system. And I don't know if you guys have heard the what is it the brain gut connection. What do you call that, Christina? The stomach brain thing. The studies you were reading about how what we put in our stomachs and our digestive system is directly linked to our brain. What was the technical word for that? Uh, so Ozempic basically kills that. And there's a lot of people that are having tons of downstream side effects, and they have no long-term studies to see what it's going to do down the road. Is it an effective drug? Obviously it is. It's working miracles for a lot of people. A lot of my coworkers are on it. They're swearing by it. They're loving it. They're losing weight with no effort. But if you read some of the horrific side effects that some of the people are having, to me, it just seems like there's just no easy button. Everything has a cost. I'm a chemistry guy. I'm an engineering guy. Thermodynamics. Um, there's nothing is free. There's no such thing as a perfect system. There's no energy that's self-perpetuating. Matter can't create itself. It's like something comes at a cost. If you shut one thing down, what's the downstream effect? Especially when you have something like the gut-brain connection. Masterflex, is that technically true? Is that actually true? Oh, brain gut access. Yes, thank you, babe. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't. There's just I can't advocate for the use of something that was designed for diabetics, people that like are essentially can go into anaphylactic shock if their system gets out of whack. And it just so happens that it works great for weight loss. But what's the mechanism of action? How does it work for weight loss? What is it actually doing to create the weight loss? And when you look at it, it sounds terrifying to me. The gut-brain axis (GBA) is a bidirectional communication network that links the brain and the gut, and that's reasonably new science, right, sweetheart? Like that's like the last 10 years they discovered that. If I Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, the old saying is you are what you eat is very true. People's stomachs are shutting down after prolonged use. Yeah, man, it's just like, look, I get it, man. Weight loss is hard. It really is. I mean, we all kind of hate ourselves a little bit. Otherwise, would we do this to ourselves? But man, one day at a time, what you need to do is find good people to surround yourself with, like me, who aren't going to judge you for who you are. And we're going to love you just the way you are. And we're going to help you get better. But there's just no easy button. My friend Nodak's going to put a pack upon your back and tell you to follow him up into the hills, goddammit. Ah, looks like I lost my connection there for a second. Oreo shakes are delicious. I did my research paper on it 5 years ago. Yeah, that's right, you did. Hell yeah, Nodak. This guy's a real man. Like, I'm a pussy. I thought about it the other day. I was like, man, I've really turned into a bitch. Yeah, I pick up some heavy weight. But, like, I remember when I used to take the trap bar and I'd load it up with weights and, like, literally walk down the street and back. And I'd have my neighbors looking at me like I was a psycho. And we used to pull sleds with ropes, like with like 200 pounds on them. And we would do, we would do like kind of like rucks, but except for we'd do hill sprints, like up and down hills. We were doing some pretty hardcore shit. And I've really kind of turned into a pussy the last few years. With the exception of the fight training, but even then, like when everybody's doing the cardio stuff, I'm sort of like, oh, I got to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Other I'll jump roping. Good timing. It's like I need to man up a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm cutting the corners a little too much. The coach noticed the other. He's like, I noticed when we do our jump rope warm ups, you kind of disappear for a few minutes. I'm like, oh, you really? I didn't know. You are 50, so that makes sense. Yeah, but you know what? Like, you look at guys like the Body Beatdown or what's that one older guy? One Truck 22 or something. He's in his 60s and there's Grandpa Charlie. Look him up. Grandpa Charlie. Training with Grandpa Charlie, that guy. And those guys are all natural too. Like, these guys are just like machines. Like, they're just built differently. Like no cardio. Like real man, they're still doing like farmers walks and stuff like that. I'm 50 years old, RM 619. Shit, guys, it's 10:21. I told my wife I'd be off at 10 o'clock, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm sorry I didn't really do anything. I'm still sick. I can't breathe right. I think I'll take tomorrow off, and then we'll see how we feel. Because I gotta get busy, man. I gotta get training for the competition. You don't have to let us go. I kind of do. I got a family, and I gotta be a man of my word. I love you guys. I have a lot of fun, and I'm really glad I got online because I wasn't gonna do it tonight. Get well, drink water. Hell yeah. I'm so far. I've only had like half a gallon, so I need to get on that. All right, guys. I love y'all. I'll see you on the battlefield.